Hello everyone and welcome to the GMS Magazine channel. I am Paco Garcia, your host, and this is the GMS RPG Academy, the show in which I try to give you my hints and tips as to how to go about publishing your very own role-playing game, which I think you should do. Trust me, you should do it. It's a fantastic experience. So, in the previous episode I was talking about contracts and how to hire people, what to keep in mind, and I gave my Patreons a further video to go into three very key aspects of contracting. In this episode, I want to talk to you about art direction, because is one of the most, together with editing, is one of the most overlooked aspects of RPG and in general, creative productions that is a very tough nut to crack, quite literally. The role of the art director is there to take the vision of the product and essentially finding the right people with the right skills to do what has to be done and perform whatever tasks need to be performed on time and to expectations. As a bit of simplification of the role, but it pretty much is. It is a multidisciplinary person who will know enough about layout, about typography, art, about production, to make sure that whatever it is, the intended final look for a book actually happens to be what you end up with. That doesn't mean that the person in charge has to be able to do everything to perfection. Not at all. In fact, I reckon one of the best art directors in the industry is an absolutely fantastic designer. Don't get me wrong. He's a wonderful illustrator. I'm talking about Johnny Hodgson, by the way. He's an absolutely fantastic illustrator. But good as an illustrator as he is a much better art director. He has this absolutely unbelievable ability to take the brief, understand what it is that needs to be distilled from the product to offer to the public, and then gather the right style, the right people, and put the team together to make it happen. He has what it takes to incentivate the right artists to do the right thing. And that is a very difficult skill to obtain. And it's one that usually comes with a mix of talent and experience, and learning a lot from an awful lot of very different people. Learning is the key here. It's not a matter of being able to do, but it's a matter of understanding how things is done. It's not a matter of being able to do layout to perfection, but it's a matter of understanding how layout works. It's not a matter of being able to perform any kind of illustration in any style, but to understand what the secret language of illustration is and how it communicates the illustration with the layout, how the rhythm of the pages fit with the typography, with everything. That's quite a skill to have, and it is very hard to do. In role-playing games, more often than not, we have very limited funds and very limited people. Really. And it is very often that we find ourselves doing pretty much anything and everything. Having a right editor and the right art director is crucial. The right art director and editor, I don't mean the editor, yes, but the right art director don't mean that they have to do the work for you. But at the very least, try to put a little bit of money aside, not necessarily to ask somebody to do the work for you, but to be able to show the person the work and tell them this is what I want to do, and get some sort of consultancy as to how to achieve that, how to go about finding the right people, or even maybe find some references and recommendations of people that you could use, because that dossier, that document that person can give you back into, if you use this, you can do so and so and so and so. If you want to get this book done this way, you could do it in this and this and this and this and this manner. If you want to have this kind of illustration, maybe these people will be able to help. Or I would recommend having X number of illustrations per every number of pages, and so on and so forth. Having that will steer you in the right direction of having a very tight product. So even if you can hire the art director to go from the beginning till the end, which would be ideal, but make sure that you have somebody with the right experience to be able to point you in the right direction. And trust me, look very, very carefully at what work those people have done. Because not every art director can art direct everything either. It's a very tricky one. And this is something that I will probably come back to in future episodes. To talk about it more in depth and even take a look at some art directions so you can see exactly what I mean, because it's a very crucial aspect of it. More to my Patreons, which is going to come in the next few minutes. But until the next time, any questions you may have, by all means, do feel free to let me know, because I would be delighted to answer if I can and find the answer if I cannot. But until the next time, take care.